The Ed Sullivan Theater is a very historic theater in all of New York. It's where the Beatles first performed, it's where Davy Jones performed, and it's also where Stephen Colbert has been hosting his late-night TV show. But now, the fate of late-night TV and this theater might be doomed.
We're doomed.
Don't be quiet, Fraser.
We're entombed. Entombed.
Yesterday, Stephen Colbert announced on his show that he only has 1 year left of monologues from New York's Ed Sullivan Theater, and it's not just him who's leaving. This is all going away, he told his audience, explaining that he's not going to be replaced, but the show will air its final episode in May of next year. Next year will be our last season. The network will be ending The Late Show. The news sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, which has accepted late-night TV shows like Late Show and NBC's Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, as an immutable fact, not as an optional part of the network lineup. The idea that a series as long-running and culturally ingrained as Late Show is institution on the network since David Letterman defected from NBC to create in 1993. It could just simply go away as unfathomable as the idea of CBS itself going away. Or is it? It's 2025. It's not necessarily 1993 anymore, and late-night TV is becoming more expensive and less profitable every year as ratings sink and costs go up. YouTube clips, of course, may be viral, but they don't make up for the revenue loss as live viewerships decline. It was always a question of when, not if, late-night TV would cease to exist in its traditional form, but nobody expected it to happen quite so soon. This is the end of an era, a moment in Hollywood history that will be remembered. There was a time before Colbert was canceled and after, and it remains to be seen if any of his remaining, people. We don't know if Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or Seth Meyers or Jon Stewart will survive on the air in the years to come. But the question that you're probably asking is, why did CBS cancel Stephen Colbert's show? I forgot that Paramount owned them, so it's simply about the math to them. This is purely a financial decision against a challenging backdrop in late night. It's not related in any way to the show's performance, content, or other matters happening at Paramount, with the whole rigmarole. We are proud that Stephen called CBS home. He and the broadcast will be remembered in the pantheon of greats that grace late-night TV. Is this really the end of late-night TV? Critics and analysts are furiously debating on whether the late-night show cancellation was truly a financial move or a more political move, because, I'm not going to say it, but you know what I mean. But whatever the ultimate truth, it doesn't affect the trajectory of late night genre. Colbert will be gone in 10 months, and the other dominoes could start to fall. How would they start to fall? Let me explain, CBS recently ended its 12:30 a.m. series, which was After Midnight, the comedy panel show, after just over a year, when host Taylor Tomlinson decided to leave in favor of her stand-up career. NBC's Late Night with Seth Meyers recently axed its live in-studio band as a cost-cutting measure. Tonight's show went from 5 nights a week to 4 in last year, joining the late night shows, and ABC's Jimmy Kimmel routinely threatens to leave the grind of late night behind. Conan, who briefly inherited the Tonight Show throne, has moved from decades of traditional late-night TV on NBC and later TBS to the lo-fi world of podcasting. Samantha Bee's TBS talk show was also canceled. We are far from the days of Johnny Carson as America's father figure lulling us to sleep each night, or even of Letterman and Jay Leno trading barbs and competing for millions of views at 11:30 p.m. There was a time when late-night TV was our pop culture. North Star and the hosts were taste makers and star makers, Now the genre is well known as a difficult financial sell and viewed mostly by older viewers who are less appealing to advertisers. Like I said before, YouTube clips can garner a few 100,000 views, sure, but even the one-time viral video King Fallon doesn't get tens of millions of hits anymore. Gen Z and millennials are increasingly turning into short... Well, yeah, it's gonna be a problem, isn't it? TikTok's never too far away, is it? So, if Stephen Colbert can't even survive this landscape, it's not clear if anyone really can. According to LateNighter.com, citing Nielsen ratings, Late Show was leading the pack in ratings so far of this year. The show wins the 11:35 p.m. hour with an average of 2.417 million views for the 3 months ended in June. Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon were far behind that metric, averaging 1.77 million and 1.19 million respectively. Although Kimmel is replaced by guest host during the summer, which I have seen clips of, and I was like, why does he do that? But I mean, it's kind of cool actually. So, what exactly is next for Stephen Colbert? Well, he rose to fame on The Daily Show in the 2000s, playing a right-wing conservative character as satire that he kept going on a spin-off called The Colbert Report, and for nearly a decade, from 2005 to 2014. He then took over The Late Show in 2015, after David Letterman retired from the program in a much ballyhooed transition that coincided with other shifts in late-night TV, including Jimmy Fallon's 2014 takeover of Tonight from Jay Leno. With a different pair of glasses and stripped of his Fox persona, whatever, his persona, the world met the real Colbert for the first time, and he quickly developed a comfortable routine, that I will not get into because I don't want a fight to happen, so let's just, skip ahead. There were no indicators that Colbert was ready to slow down on The Late Show. His appearances are routinely energetic and whip-smart. No fatigue has crept into his comedy, and there's no reason to believe that he couldn't have kept doing The Late Show for another decade, Of course, CBS had other ideas, and now he's soon to be a comedian without a stage, the town crier without a box on which to stand and shout. But it's unlikely he's gonna remain idle after he takes his final bow. His options are likely to be multifold. He could make a podcast like Conan, or, do streaming or cable series like Jon Stewart and David Letterman. Although streamers have not yet successfully cracked the talk show format, and anything with Colbert will likely come with a hefty salary. His former Daily Show colleague John Oliver has found great success on HBO with Emmy-winning Last Week Tonight, or Colbert could come up with something on his own. Nobody had done anything like Report before, he tried it. But Colbert isn't making any plans yet, at least not publicly. He's still mourning what he's about to lose, obviously. I'm so grateful to CBS for giving me this chair, he told viewers. It's a fantastic job. I wish somebody else was getting it. The job I'm looking forward to doing with this usual gang of idiots for another 10 months. It's gonna be fun. Y'all ready? Ready or not, the next 10 months will be like an usher in a new era of TV, but hopefully we won't stop hearing from Stephen Colbert or like his opinions about it and everything else. His voice is too funny, too smart, and too important to go quietly into the night. I want to end this video off by talking about the Beatles again and how, the Ed Sullivan Theater or whatever, because that's just where they perform the Ed Sullivan Show. They should preserve this theater for the Beatles, because we don't really have much Beatles stuff in America. If you really think about it, all we have is the Ed Sullivan Theater, because that's where they go. That's where they went for the first time in America. Everything in the UK is Beatles stuff, because like their houses, Strawberry Fields, Eleanor Rigby, Abbey Road, the Beatles Store, Cavern Club, all that stuff. I think they should definitely preserve the Ed Sullivan Theater and to commemorate all the shows that happened there. Jim Morrison, I think the Mamas and the Papas, besides the Beatles, maybe mention Davy Jones and Oliver. Who's to say? So, yeah, that's the whole video, and there's nothing else to really say. There's other videos to make, like the fact they just canceled Blue's Clues and You. Not even an article about it. We had to find out from Josh De La Cruz, the host of the show. What do you guys think we are, huh? First you cancel Tiny Chef and made him cry, okay? Now you guys cancel Blue's Clues. Roll the clip.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!